The Dallas Cowboys just played in their third and final preseason game of the year before they load things up for the regular season in just 2 weeks. And last night, this was a game that I was really excited for because there were some guys that were going to get an extended amount of playing time. And one of those guys was rookie running back Jaydon Blue, who we have yet to really deep dive into this year because he hasn't really played. A little bit of injuries here and there. But last night was his debut, and man, was it a good one. And in this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know from this debut, and I want to show you why I believe this dude is an absolute beast. With a little bit of development, he could be a big-time player in the NFL. He's got a burst, and he's also he plays very instinctual, especially in pass protection. Okay, so let's break down the play. We're going to get a little bit of pre-snap motion here by 19. We can see these linebackers kind of motioning over just a little bit. This is huge for what we're trying to do. Okay, so we're going to actually pull the guard, right, and we're going to pull the tackle. Now we're going to send them very wide, and the reason we're going to do that is because these linebackers tend to follow where the linemen go. Okay, so if these three guys bite down to the outside here, watch what Jaden Blue is able to do, right? So gets the ball, right? We're following the tackles. These guys overcommit. When you're a linebacker, you're not supposed to overcommit. You're supposed to read, react, and then attack to where the running back chooses to go. So these guys choose and overcommit to the outside when Jaden Blue is gonna boom, cut this up the field. We'll show you right now. Beautiful job, one cut ability, and then once he's able to break through, he is a dog in space. He's fearless. He doesn't care who or what is in front of him. He is willing to run through you, and that's what I love about Jaden Blue. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but man, is he such a relentless runner. Look at him lower the shoulder into three different guys. Boom, bounce off two of them and fall to the 2-yard line where he ultimately is able to score the touchdown, which we'll talk about that one in a minute. But again, I love Jaden Blue. I think this dude is a really good player. I think he's got the burst. I think he's got the decisiveness. I think he's got also the patience. And then the pass protection, which we're going to look at in a minute. This dude's got everything you want in a running back. And this is a great play. One cut ability. The speed. There's not much change of speed here. Actually, maybe some acceleration off the cut. So, beautiful job. Let's go. We're going to break down the film. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below who you want me to break down next. 7. So here is the touchdown by Jaden Blue. Just an inside zone. We're going to see this linebacker do a really good job hitting the gap hard. But Jaden Blue, like we said, very relentless when it comes to his running style. And he's not like a Phil Maffa, right? But at the same time, he can still lower the shoulder and give you a little bit of boom. Look at that level pad. Look at how he lowers his center of gravity, and then, I mean, welcomes contact. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he doesn't care. Also, we can see right here that with that pre-snap motion, they rotate over like, yeah, you know what? Let's get back over. Let's get these back over on the wrong side of the field. Do a great job leaving Jaden Blue with the one-on-one. And man, he was able to break this thing. Love it. That is what we want to see right there. Nice little touchdown there for Jaden Blue. Deserved. Well deserved. Missed some time. And last night he was actually able to showcase his ability as a runner. But what I thought was really good to see was his decisiveness in pass protection was amazing. Let's look at that. So here's one of my favorite plays in pass protection for Jaden Blue. First thing that we notice here is they're overloading this right side of the field. And let's just be honest, even if you're in a 5-man scat protection, which essentially means you have a zone side and a slide side, you still don't have enough guys, right? You're sliding to the right, which means you have 3. Let's just say that this guy does blitz here. You just don't have enough guys, right? So Jaden Blue has to be on his heels. He needs to understand what is happening. He does a really good job. Boom, right? They do send that corner blitz, that nickel blitz right here. As he sees that, right, he's going to quickly understand that this guy drops back out into coverage, right? So boom, now he needs to go help over to that man side, or that zone side, I should say, and does a great job lowering the shoulder and allowing his quarterback to stand in the pocket, for a 7-yard pickup. Beautiful job. The willingness to block is something we always need to look at when looking at running backs. The willingness to lower the shoulder. And we already see it in the running style. But now he's showcasing it in pass protection, which just goes to show how much of a dog he really is. How much of a gamer he really is. How much he wants to win. Right? And that is super important. And again, we can watch this from the other angle as well. Because again, you're going to see his helmet. He's going to be in a position where you can see boom and you can see boom, right? He's looking at both, right? That's kind of what you need to do in this situation. Boom, sees that guy drop back, immediately gets over to the help side. Plays the, I mean, again, that's perfect football. Again, beautiful job right there. Another simple carry here, only gets about 2 to 3 yards. And before we actually get into this one, do me a big favor, hit the like button if you haven't already done so yet. But most importantly, make sure you guys are subscribed. It is completely free. It doesn't cost anything. And we will be breaking down Jaydon Blue and the Dallas Cowboys throughout the entirety of this year's season. And whoever else, right? We're going to be covering offense and defense, preseason and regular season, as well as individual player breakdowns, just like this. So let me know in the comments who you want me to break down next. It could be anyone. Mozzie Smith, Shamar James, Trayshawn Holden, anybody. Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and let's dive back in video. So again, only a 2 to 3 yard gain here, but just another carry here for Jaden Blue. Now we're going to essentially try to pull guard, right? And it doesn't do a great job here, kind of opening up a hole early on, because there is a linebacker. Let's see what happens exactly here. What happens with the linebacker? We need someone to get to that second level. Nobody really does. Just don't have the speed to get there. Jaden Blue actually just lowers the shoulder and says, "Hey, I'm gonna try to run through you." Isn't really able to do that. Maybe gets 2 to 3 yards on that play. And watch this from the other angle as well. Let me get up here so we get right to it again. Not bad. You can really tell if we're able to get this linebacker, it could be a really big time play. Now, I would assume the goal of this play, this, right? That's what it looks like to me, what it should be. They're just not able to get it done. It might be tackle. I'm not sure what the tackle did there. Maybe he was trying to force him around. I don't know. But it looks like we could have done a better job blocking there in the run game. Didn't work out the way we wanted to. Here's another play. A little crack toss over with the pre-snap motion to the left. All we're doing, tossing this thing out and allowing our blockers to get out in space. Jaydon Blue is usually a very good runner when he has blockers out in front like this. Now right here, they do a pretty decent job opening up a hole. He decides, you know what, let me cut this back up, right? And there's 2 holes he can take. He can go here and maybe even 3, right? Boom, boom, right? So I believe he ends up cutting this thing back. And yeah, ultimately, is that the right decision? Not really too sure. What do you guys think? You think outside or inside is probably better here? Again, he's a very north to south runner. Let's just say, let's call it north. Right, he wants to go forward. He doesn't want to go east. He doesn't want to go west. He wants to get up the field. So 4-yard, 5-yard pickup, not bad at all. Honestly, we'd take that every play. Another solid play here for Jaydon Blue. Get a little bit of pre-snap motion. The box is absolutely stacked up. I mean, we are in 12 personnel. So that is something that you would expect. But with that pre-snap motion, they light up just a little bit, right? A backer kind of gets out there and rotates to the outside just a little bit. It actually does move back in, so it doesn't really matter. But at the end of the day, Jaydon Blue gets a carry, very patient, looking for his blockers, and explodes. Look at this. This is a beautiful one. I love this. This is one right here, and I'll show you exactly why I like this one. So as he's standing here, he kind of acts like he's going to take this to the outside. Now, what that does, and what we call this, is manipulation of the linebackers, where he forces this guy to the outside, and then boom, cuts right back up the field. All we're doing there is trying to move that linebacker to the wrong spot. And that's exactly what we do here, utilizing our blockers and getting past him for a 6-7 yard pickup. I do want to watch this from the other angle so you guys can really see it for how good it really is. Oh. on cam here. See if we can get it now. There we go. Okay. So again, watch this. Where's the linebacker? Right here. This is a completely different play. That's a completely different play. All right, I apologize, but here's another run play. Freestyle motion, end it off, jump cut back inside. Hey, he's got a little wiggle to him. Look at him jump cut in, jump cut out, right? Whoop, whoop. Doesn't really do much for him there, but 2-yard pickup. All right, here's the final play. He was injured on this, a little bit of an ankle injury. He did come out of the blue medical tent. They said he was okay, but he was out for the rest of the game. And we're just going to swing out a little bit of a screen here for him and allow him to work in space. Again, very good with blockers out in front. Unfortunately, defensive lineman that is absolutely relentless on this play and ends up making a big time play. So big shout out to 91 here. I don't know who that is, but man, he's got a little bit of burst to him. And Jaden Blue picks up maybe 6 yards or whatever it may be. There was offensive pass interference on that play as well, so it is what it is. But hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, turn on post notifications for more of these updates, and I'll see you guys in part 2. Let me know who you want me to break down next, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.